how ideal do you think is to prepare, this series is to prepare for the T20 World Cup?
I like the fact that the team management in that last series against South Africa in the 5 matches didn't change the playing 11. I thought that was very unique way of using a series like this in preparation for the T20 World Cup. So the players that played in that team, in that playing 11, were guys that they had a very good look at. I'm hoping that in Ireland there's just a couple of games there that they rest the guys that they're pretty certain who are bound to make it into the T20 World Cup squad, and maybe play guys who they would want to have a look at to see what kind of options that they have. So from that standpoint, I think the Ireland series is important to try out the new options that they have at their disposal. The other thing is Ireland is foreign conditions. All these players in the T20 format that we got in the squad and the performances that we are talking about has been in the subcontinent. The Indian Premier League played on Indian pitches, India, South Africa on Indian pitches. So, let's see how these guys, adjust to the conditions in Ireland. So that could be an interesting thing to look at, because the T20 World Cup is not going to be in India, although English and Irish conditions are different from Australia. It's just foreign conditions. So that also will be interesting to look at. I think the coach and captain will get an idea as to which are the players who are able to make that adjustment to foreign conditions.
Sanjay, you spoke about the IPL. One of the biggest stories of the IPL summer has been Dinesh Karthik's return to form. Do you see him on the flight to Melbourne for the World Cup?
I think there is a good chance that will happen because of, again, he improving his worth in that series against South Africa, especially in the last game, not the one that didn't have a result, where he was the player of the match, scored at a striker of 200. So yes, he is an extremely tempting option. There'll be a few, matches before the T20 World Cup. So I guess he'll have to keep reminding the selectors that he's still relevant. But it's just amazing that this guy at this stage of his career has carved a niche for himself. I tweeted also about him where he's one of those rare players, in fact, one of the first players in the world in T20 cricket who actually is a specialist kind of cameo batter down the order. He is not somebody who will bat at number 3 or 4. He'll generally bat at number 5, 6, 7. Right. And he'll get a few overs, 15, 20 balls, a few balls, 15, 20 balls to make a contribution, make an impact. Now, when you have somebody batting at that position and just getting those many balls, like a Pollard does, or, somebody like a Hardik Pandya when he's to bat lower down, those guys are always, they have another string to their bow. They are either wicket keepers or they are all-rounders who bowl a bit. So Dinesh Karthik actually commanded a place in this Indian team for his cameo batting, and that Pant was keeping wickets and Dinesh Karthik was only there as a batter. Just tells you, the kind of work that he's adding, which has been amazing.